As Tesla continues to slip down to 4.6% in fifth place in China, and in turn had to lay off most of its Chinese team. Amidst this backdrop, NIO and other EV makers race to standardize batteries in a way for BAS to dominate in every country that they go into. Because as the batteries become standardized, now any country that NIO goes into, the battery packs will all be pretty much the same size, of the same density, of the same materials for the most part. But most likely it has to be the same size to be able to work for battery as a service. So all the Chinese EV companies coming together in order to standardize batteries. What an amazing development. See, this is why I tell you guys, when a lot of people were telling me that I was bashing Tesla, and they still come out and saying it, it's almost as if they don't want you to know what's happening so you lose your money and I should not talk about it. But Money Making Mitch will talk about it. Again, whilst all of this is happening, Top Gear, one of my subscribers, user TX5BE64C4R, said, William Li was awarded for Electric Vehicle Person Award, the most influential CEO in the entire automotive world. How do you like them apples? I like them apples, my brother. So I went to look it up to make sure it's true, and all I had to do was Google it. William Li of NIO was named the 2024 EV Person of the Year by TopGear.com. The MG Cyberster also won an award at the 2024 Top Gear Electric Awards. Top Gear magazine is a British automobile magazine owned by BBC Worldwide, by BBC, not, so this is the propaganda machine. Even the propaganda machine has to acknowledge what's happening. So, welcome back to my channel, guys. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. It's the Wealthy Mindset channel. And for those of you who hasn't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so. And guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up. So a lot is going on. A lot is going on. And we talk about the huge Tesla layoffs now happening. And I try to wake you guys up and speak about it. And it's going to get worse because the Chinese EV makers have such advanced, incredible technology compared to Tesla because they did not keep up. So you need to decide whether you want to save yourself now, last couple dollars you have left in Tesla or not. This is up to you. And we just spoke about the battery packs being standardized, and there's a reason for that. You see, the whole Chinese industry, if you really look at it, the EV manufacturers are working in tandem with each other, and I spoke about this before, excuse me guys, as opposed to in the West, where it's competition to the point where if you fail, oh well. But Xi Jinping and the Chinese vision of common prosperity is where all should benefit. So this is why you see during the auto show that Xiaomi CEO visited other EV manufacturers' booth, and in the West that will look as if, oh, that's weak because of the sick culture. Now, in return, all of the other EV makers also visited each other, except for Li Auto. I keep seeing them distancing themselves from this type of Eastern behavior and more aligning themselves with the Western mindset, which isn't panning out too well for them. So to make matters even better for us, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen where Xiaopeng or Xpeng, however you want to pronounce it, CEO visits NIO, teases possible battery swap partnership. This is not a tease. This is going to happen. You see, they are friends, just like Xiaomi and CEO and NIO Empress William Li is also friends. Xiaopeng, I'm sure, already understands that if they do not adopt battery as a service, There will be, just like any other EV maker, the battery will degrade over a period of time to where the EV is worthless and their business model will fail. This is where NIO comes in, and any country that we go into, we will dominate. Our energy industry alone will generate so much revenue, it will blow your mind. So listen to this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys heard of this, but Saturday witnessed an intriguing moment in the automotive industry, particularly for Western brands. Xiaopeng CEO, in which Volkswagen holds 4.99% stake, visited Hefei, where both the German automaker and its upcoming competitor NIO have production plants. While NIO focuses on the premium segment, with models priced above those of XPeng, the sub-brand Onvo is set to launch in a few days. And let me say this again and again and again. We don't only focus on the premium segment, but we dominate the premium segment in China. We outsold all of the premium brands. Wrap your head around that when the shorts come and say, well, they're not selling cars. They're not selling. Shut your mouth, boy. So the sub-brand Onvo is set to launch in a few days, and we will dominate with our sub-brand as well. Remember, Money Making Mitch said this on his channel. Why? Because it's an affordable EV that's coming in way under the Model Y, that is superior to the Model Y in technology. I said this before and I'll say it again. With battery swapping capabilities. So in areas of China where there's a lot of apartment buildings and people couldn't own an EV because there's nowhere to charge it, now they have that option. Can you imagine the amount of orders, pre-orders we will get? The L60 directly competing with XPeng entry-level SUV, the G6 in addition. XPeng is preparing to launch also a sub-brand called Mona in June. The CEO arrived in the brand's flagship SUV, the G9, and was hosted by William Li for a tour of NIO's complex in NIO Park. There, Xiaopeng delivered the brand MPV model, the X9, to NIO's CEO William Li. As we all know, William Li just bought the multi-purpose vehicle. And a lot of people were coming out and saying, Mitch, what do you think about this? This was horrible. This was stupid. Especially we're getting ready to unveil on the 15th this week the Onvo, the Ladao. Well, you see, common sense ain't so common anymore, is it, dear laddies? Onvo is an SUV. Ladao is an SUV. What Emperor William Li just bought from his friend is a multi-purpose vehicle. Two different segments. People buying the multi-purpose vehicle, just like people buying a Xiaomi, is not the same people that's going to buy a Ladao. Right? A lot of times you'll find a single guy buying the Xiaomi, or a single young lady, or a couple. But people with families are going to focus on MPVs. You have a different taste, people with a different taste bud, so to speak, that's going to be buying our Ladao. Namely, the people who were buying Model Y, now they're not going to buy that anymore. They're going to buy our Ladao. So this just goes to show you the friendship and how they help each other in the industries in China, whereas in America, it's more of a vicious, animalistic behavior. You see how they perform when they come on the channel. Sometimes they even put racist comments. I have to report them. So, in the last annual event, NIO Day, Emperor Li interrupted Xiaopeng, suggesting that Xiaopeng CEO can buy that one in the future, the ET9. ET9, that's the one you should buy. I can't give you a 50% discount. That would be too much for me, William said in a relaxed manner, while showing Xiaopeng the screen displaying live updates of battery swaps in China. Bet your last dollar Xiaopeng CEO is going to buy an ET9. Do you think he can afford it? Of course. When you have 5,000 to 6,000 battery swaps, I think we will think about it. This is what Xiaopeng was saying, right? When we have 5,000 to 6,000 battery swap stations, he said he'll join. And that is in the near future. And it will be in the right time again, because we need to have enough battery swap stations for these guys. Xiaopeng teased, hinting at a possible partnership to integrate NIO's technology into Xiaopeng's next platform, and they will. This moment followed the pitch of the idea from NIO CEO at the Beijing Auto Show 3 weeks ago. NIO welcomed the first battery swap partner Chang'an in November last year, with Geely, Chery, JAC and Lotus joining in the following months. Last week, the company announced that the state-owned manufacturer GAC Group is also joining the technology that allows drivers to replace the battery of the car in about 3 minutes. And we spoke about how big GAC is over there in China. A few hours after the visit, Xiaopeng CEO shared a selfie with NIO CEO on Weibo, mentioning that confidentiality, the entrepreneurship buddies took the same high-speed train, visited Volkswagen and NIO in Hefei and delivered their X9 to Li Bin. Then the two entrepreneurial buddies coincidentally took the high-speed rail back to Shanghai that evening. Does that sound like a partnership is coming? My dear lads, get ready to make significant money. I keep saying this. While others are saying, he shouldn't have said this, he shouldn't have done that, oh, this is not going to be good. I say, shut your mouth, boy. Pull your pants up and look at the long-term vision. Stop just looking for clicks on YouTube. And stop shorting the company and playing this up and down game. When they recently met at the China EV Forum, Xiaopeng promised to buy the Xiaopeng X9 for NIO CEO at his own expense as he confirmed the intention to test drive the model. Wow. Basically, he's saying, I'll give you one for free, my brother. According to reports, Xiaopeng has revealed that he and NIO CEO, along with Li Xiang, chairman of Li Auto, often communicate in a group following the industry's developments. So you see, I've said this in the past. These partnerships, a lot of it is going to turn into mergers. I'm still the only YouTuber saying that. Just like the way Hyundai merged with Kia and became one company, I see that happening with some of these companies in the future. So if you're looking for quick short profits, when NIO starts skyrocketing back up and hit 20, 30, I know there are people going to be selling in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And then they're going to be scrambling to get back in, not realizing the behemoth that this company is getting ready to be. $300 a share will be nothing for this in the future. The way you gauge a company is based on what they're doing, and if they're still growing and they still have a massive way to go, but they're doing what they're supposed to do, understand it's not yet time to sell, my dear lads. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational on a Sunday afternoon with your Sunday lunch. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we have that warrior mindset. Like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.